Elections were conducted in 2023. The people when feel some type of way go court. Court reason the matter, say, okay, now like this, he go. And everybody don't move on. But it be like, say, you never move on. Because you hold the trouser of the person when blow whistle for that election. And you the one up, say, the one way come for front, he must do well. Make I just allow you. What will be this talk with INEC, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, and 2027?
Thank you very much. I greet all of you. Nigeria know they hold elections. Waiting Nigeria they hold na Shege Subscription Renewal Program, SSRP. This program is meant every 4 years conducted so that you go intensify the degree of sufferhead and pain upon Nigerians every 4 years. That is why you go ask yourself the question, why they say no matter how bad one leader be, when the next person come, you go start to miss that other one. We've been thinking that Jonathan was passed on Nigeria. That was the thinking. And then Buhari came. Because there was even Occupy Nigeria, he must go. Buhari came, everybody say, At the end of Buhari, when they shout, say Baba, at the end, they started shouting Bama, so even for not. Because there was one day Buhari visited his hometown. The day he reached there, bandits attack and kidnap more than 200 children. Meaning the hand of incompetence is long enough to go round, whether you support or not. Then Buhari left, and then Tinubu has come now. People don't talk, say maybe Buhari been better. Imagine seeing waiting go make you miss Tinubu.
Hey, God forbid.
So what we call government in Nigeria is organized criminality. Every sector in Nigeria is in shambles. But the major problem is that Nigeria, we have wasted time talking about the problem instead of handling the solution. If we call ourselves a democracy, the hallmark of every democracy is free, fair, and credible elections. Elections are not just part of a democracy, they are the foundation of a democracy. Because in democracy, power must come from the people. So what we have been doing is telling ourselves a lie, a deceit. Because why I say that is most important is because that is the first system of accountability. Why I leave people where they decamp, the people where they go, is because they boast an arrogance of corrupt politicians is a criminal electoral process.
Please say that again.
The arrogance and confidence of a corrupt political class is in a criminal electoral process because they know they can weaponize it against the people. There is no politician who will know that there is an electoral process that has the capacity to vote me in and vote me out that will conduct themselves in the way that Nigerian politicians are doing. Why will somebody be defecting to the APC? Is it because they have done so well? And why is it that when one person defects to a party, automatically change the entire voting pattern of that state? Shane and the governor, they think for the other people. It is because they know that there is a system to weaponize. That is why I place focus on that electoral process. Because if somebody, you talk say that they defect, that they decamp, if everybody where they destroy Nigeria, they come together under one umbrella, what are we, the 200 million victims of their recklessness and irresponsibility? When we go come together, decide to also form our own group to hold them accountable. So while you are complaining about hunger, insecurity, poverty, lack of health infrastructure, the people that put you in that situation are preparing to come back. So you will now renew for another 4 years. So it is either you meet them at that point because there is no other way. Even if you do revolution, you fight, you scatter everywhere, you must come back and pick leadership. So electoral reform and elections is a must do.
So much nugget packed in these few words by Peter for Nigeria, Randy Peter Akah. Let me just read out a few of the things he said. What we have in Nigeria is organized criminality. And it's getting said again. The arrogance and confidence of a corrupt political class is in a criminal electoral system. And he now said this as well. The hand of incompetence is enough to go round. And he says, we renew our suffering every 4 years. He's right. The system is weaponized to not work for Nigerians, but for a few elite. And what we really have is an organized political system, an organized criminality. That's what we have in Nigeria. When we have a president with a lot of cloud of corruption surrounding him, when we have a Senate with a lot of a crowd of corruption surrounding it, what you have is organized criminality put together to sustain them. And he's also right. That arrogance and confidence of a corrupt political class is in that electoral system. Think about it this way. Imagine that in the 2027 election, just because of the governor and the state reps defected to APC, does that equate to the vote of the people from Delta State going to the APC now? No. Think about this way. Governor of Akwa Ibom State defected to the APC. Does that equate to the people of Akwa Ibom now voting for the APC? The answer is no. It is a weaponized electoral criminality system. That is why. That is the confidence, and Peter is actually spot on. He is spot on because the people that are defecting, not because they love whatever Bola Tinubu is doing, because they know it's a complete failure so far. But they need to come back. And they know the only way they can come back in a criminality system, or in a criminal system rather, that is being weaponized to work against them as well. They need to join them. You know that saying, if you cannot beat them, join them. So they join the criminal groups who have been ruining our nation. That's the game plan. I, for one, am for electoral reform. But I am sure, like you all know, that this APC government, knowing how unpopular they are, and knowing how much they want to come back in 2027, knowing that the day they leave power, they will be probed. Look at Akpabio, for example. He has a pending case with EFCC, but he's number 3 person in the country. That case has been put on hold. No other democracy where that would work, where the Prime Minister of Israel, Netanyahu, was investigated for so long, until this war started. But yet, is the Prime Minister, the number 3 person. You put a criminal case on hold because he's a number 3 person. And first of all, you allowed him to contest for an election. That is the criminality of the political class that Peter was talking about. It's been designed to work against Nigerians. So while I'm so in support of electoral reform, which is the way out, because a working electoral reform, hair-tight electoral reform where they cannot manipulate the system, frees up the judiciary. But when the system has been designed to work against Nigerians, they will put loopholes for the judiciary to rule on technicality so that they can always remain back. What is Nigeria doing with the Bola Tinubu? That's the system we operate. That's why I'm talking about this. Now listen, if you're not taking anything from what Peter says, remember what he says, that the hand of incompetence is enough to go around. All the people that voted for this incompetent government, you can see there's a fallout so far. From El Rufai to Aliyu Audu, the one that said Bola Tinubu did not win election, he imposed himself. All of them, there's a fallout. You can see that. The kind of incompetence is affecting everybody, whether you're home or diaspora, because you have loved ones who travels on the road, who get kidnapped by bandits, and you have to raise that money. That's exactly what is happening in our nation at the moment. This hand of incompetence is enough to go around. It's going on in the southwest. It's going around in the southeast. It's going on in the northeast. It's going on in the north central and the northwest. In the south. It's going around the central and middle belt. This hand of incompetence is what is dealing Nigerians this big blow, and you cannot hide from it. You cannot ignore it. You have to admit it. We have an incompetent government. Until we fight and continue to push for the kind of reforms that we want, and to make sure that if these people don't do the reform that we want, we overwhelm them on election day. Stop those bandits they use to rig elections and cause chaos and steal ballot paper from doing that. Until we stop this process, because they rig this election from people from amongst us, with people from amongst us. That's how they rig elections. It is somebody like me and you who turns off the server. It is somebody like me and you who gets the gun to shoot at people and chase people and steal ballot paper. It is somebody like me and you who writes the results middle of the night. It's somebody like me and you who they use to oppress us. That's why we must continue to reach out and sensitize these people, because this hand of incompetence is enough to go around. Don't forget, we have in Nigeria an organized criminality. That's what we have in Nigeria. Also, don't forget, the arrogance and confidence of a corrupt political class is in a criminal electoral system. And our electoral system is a criminal system by design to keep and perpetuate those ruling class who have actually destroyed the nation to this point. So put your comments in the comment section. Let us know what you think. It's a whole lot to unpack. There's a whole lot to unpack from this, but I just think that with this few points that Peter gave, I just want to talk about it, emphasize the need for this continuous sensitization and throwing out this awareness, because this hand of incompetence is reaching every one of us, regardless of wherever you find yourself. So put your comments in the comment section, like, share, and also remember to subscribe and recommend this channel to others. I will catch you up in the next video. God bless you. Bye-bye for now.